You know, now they trying to say he he's convicted on 2 counts. Each count holding to 10 years, so he's facing 20 years. They trying to let my man out. The defense attorney want to let him out. Prosecution, now they just trying to say he on the day he's gonna surrender, give up. They found getting out of listen, you see, the prosecution wasn't expecting him to even be found not guilty. See, the prosecution thought they had a nice case. They didn't. They overplayed it. All right, they overplayed their case. They had 22 people, alleged people. Only 2 people showed up. You know what I'm saying? Out of 20 some people, you know what I'm saying? They had like 25 million prostitution. You know what I'm saying? That's, only 2 of them came and testified. But did nobody really give nothing against Puff? It was all, well, we was freaking off with Cassie by herself. Cassie was hitting us up. You know what I'm saying? You know, see, even the guy talking. Didn't nobody think he was gonna get found not guilty? They all think, oh, he about to do life. He about to do life. He ain't about to do no life. He only gonna do 10. He might not even do that. He just got found guilty of providing transportation, a van, a limo to pick him up to come over to the freak off. That's what he got found guilty for. He didn't get found guilty for no RICO. He didn't get found guilty for no sex trafficking. He got found guilty for the Mann Act, I guess, whatever the Mann Act is. I'm aware of cases involving minors, so we intend to raise relevant conduct at sentencing, the drugs and violence. See, the prosecution want 20 years. They want 20. The prosecution trying to get him period. They want 20 years. All right. The defense is trying to get this released today on $1 million bond today, right now. But the judge ain't gonna do nothing right now. He gonna he gotta check and see if everything's popping. But you know, yeah, so he should be released. He's been acquitted on 3. Listen, he's been acquitted on the RICO and sex trafficking. Go home to his house in Miami and he ain't got access to his plane. See, they scared he gonna fly off somewhere. He ain't about to do all that. I know they got acquitted for the RICO, which was the most damning that y'all had on me, and the sex trafficking. Y'all got me for a man act. Man, let me go home. Yeah. Judge is saying, I think that makes sense. Mr. Combs did not want to go back to the MDC. He's shaking his head, so I 1 p.m. letter, and I will converse in the afternoon. I'll let the parties know. Hello, hello. What's going on? What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel. Subscribe, like, you know what I'm saying? We on this puppy madness. I wasn't even gonna get on it, but it's like the young and the restless. You can't help but to watch it. But I've been telling everybody in my circle, he ain't about to do no time. What's up? What's up? How y'all doing? All right, what's going on? What's going on? I knew Puffy wasn't going to walk. We knew he wasn't going. He wasn't going to do that much time. I knew that. Was he going home? They thinking about letting him go home right now. You know what I'm saying? And that's the crazy part. I've been trying to do that Lamar Jackson thing, man. I know it's like this. You know what I'm saying? I know it's like that. I don't be really doing it like that, y'all. I just be on here wasting time. You know what I'm saying? Giving my information about different shit. Like Puffy. Yeah. Hey, he's about to walk out the courtroom. He's walking out the courtroom today. He's walking out the courtroom today. Today. Walking out the courtroom today, y'all. Okay, so he's about to do a freak off the day he got picked up. And what's that mean? No. Even if he do, listen. Look, y'all. This is my thing. The dude got acquitted in 3 counts. RICO, sex trafficking. They want to give him 10 years per for providing transportation to do a freak off. You know what I'm saying? Now Puffy's 50. I'm 48. Puffy well in his 50s. 10 years of killing. All right, 10 years of killing. He get out 60. Y'all giving this man 20, he gonna get out like 80. It's gonna kill him. 80. He ain't gonna do 10. He gonna do 5. I'm telling y'all, he's gonna only do 5. Why ain't it? They got 10. They got 20. 10 to 20 years. That's what they got out of it. Man, they was looking for 20 to life. Yeah, I think. I'll take a plea deal. What, do 5? That's right. I'll be praying too. I mean, I'll be crying. That's right, man. Because I ain't got to listen. I ain't about to do 20. Listen, I ain't about to do life. I'm hugging everybody. I'm hugging everybody in this courtroom. Everybody gonna get hugged. Yep. Yep. He gonna get released. He gonna get released, right? That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see Diddy walk out. All right. I don't condone none of the nonsense. I don't. You know what I'm saying? I ain't believe half the shit, but I believe most of the shit. But I don't condone none of it. But let that man walk, because if y'all been following the case like I have bits and pieces, it's been a shit show. All right. The jury had to sit there and watch freak offs. They had to sit here and listen to outlandish stories. People coming in the courtroom freestyling. Like, oh yeah, I seen Puffy. I met Puffy back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Shut up, man. I ran into Puffy at Barnes and Noble, and man, like the lady who said it, he hung her from the balcony. I'm still stuck on that. Lady said Puffy hung me from a balcony. Now, mind you, it's documented he was in New York for a Bad Boy tour, but she's like, he in L.A. He done hung. They asked her again, like, "Are you sure?" She's like, "Yeah." Well, we got documentation saying that he was in motherfucking New York for the Bad Boy tour. He'd be a fool to commit another crime getting out. He'll be a fool to commit anything. If he walk out this courtroom today and he does anything, he deserves to go to jail. And you gotta quit it for three. If he lets you go today, you walk out this courtroom as a free man and you do something within the next whatever, nigga, you deserve to go down. But again, everybody thought he was running the RICO Act, and a lot of people didn't even know what a RICO was. Y'all just out here going off the media. Y'all going off TV. Oh, he's running the RICO. Oh, he doing all that. No, he didn't get charged for nothing. You know what he got charged with? I'm gonna say it again. He got charged for prostitution. Not not guilty of RICO. RICO. Listen, again, he listen. Fuck everything else. The RICO Act is what they wanted anymore. Fuck everything. RICO. Basically, he's a pimp. He got charged for prostitution. He got charged for providing transportation for Cassie, who was with the shits. She's with the shits. It's documented she's with the shits. And Jane Doe. Jane Doe is such and such ex-girlfriend who don't like Puff. And Puff don't like such and such ex-man. We can speculate on all day about who that is, but we know who it is. No problem, Junior. I support everybody. You know what I'm saying? I support everybody. I support any and everybody. You know what I'm saying? We all trying to get it. We all trying to be content creators at the same time. You know what I'm saying? You gotta look out for the little guys. You know what I'm saying? Maybe if you make it big, you see. You know what I'm saying? You support me. I support you. You. If you glance at my thing, this is the subscribe. You know what I'm saying? It's more to it. You know what I'm saying? We talk about a little bit of everything, but today it's just this is what's being going on. Sean Gum has been convicted of being pimp daddy. That's what it says. He's being he has been convicted of being pimp daddy. Jane and Kathy, certified sex workers. Y'all ain't gonna tell me they ain't trying to murder this man silently. They trying to kill this man silently, but it ain't going. He a smart dude. He a smart dude. What no sex trafficking? Okay, I told y'all. Yeah, I told y'all Diddy wasn't going nowhere. People like I can't believe it. Told y'all after 2 weeks, no Rico, not guilty with all that evidence. What evidence? Hey, a lot of y'all don't understand. There was no evidence. There was not even enough evidence. Listen. Not one time did they show a Rico. You know what they were showing the whole time in this case is a man who is a freak in his personal life. This is what he do in his personal time. He never used Bad Boy as a tool to have freak offs. He never used Bad Boy as a tool to have freak offs. I'm gonna say it again. He never used Bad Boy, the label, as a tool to run his freak off. The freak off is a party he having by himself. This is the come to Sean Diddy's freak off, not come to Bad Boy's freak off. It ain't like the mob. He wasn't running around selling dope, selling weed, selling guns. contract killing over here and it keeps it on. No, this man in his personal time is doing the same shit Hugh Hefner was doing all back in the 80s and 90s. He's a black Hugh Hefner. They don't see they don't they don't want him to be the black Hugh Hefner. You know what I'm saying? Skin color. It ain't got nothing to do with the rich or the powerful. They got him. They're gonna get him for about 10. If the judge don't let him walk, they can get him for about 10. But again, I said this in the previous video. When you don't abide by the rules of what these people have set for you, okay, they gave him the tools to get the money. Ciroc deals and all that. You don't want to renegotiate none of the deals. So what they gonna do? Same shit they did to Bill Cosby. Same shit they did to motherfucking R. Kelly. You see, R. Kelly was proof. Hard proof. Videos of his face. This one right here. And I really think because he got too many names, too many big names. Too many names. He had too many high profile people. You know what I'm saying? You convict me, I'm gonna give up everybody. I'm giving up everybody. Y'all seen New Jack City when Nino was on the stand and Nino looked out there and they was about to hit Nino, but he was like, "What? If I go down, we all go down." You see that light skinned motherfucker right there? You see that light skinned motherfucker right there? I ain't like his ass anyway. Yeah. He gonna go down. He's gonna walk though. Puffy walking today. He's going home today. Today. His case is over and done with. He done. He done been in jail since what? He done been in jail almost a year. Almost. What? 6 months, 7 months? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I know a lot of y'all gonna be out there like, oh, you was condoning it. You with the Puffy shit. You with the baby oil. Nah. I'm with a person living his life in his own space. He is in his own space. He again, he never used Bad Boy as a tool to have a freak off. And Kathy and Jane wasn't nothing but some prostitutes. Facts. They're giving you facts. They was both with the shits. Both of them with the shits. Kathy was being with the shits. She kept coming back. Oh, Puffy, I love you. I love. She kept coming back. Jane don't want some revenge shit because her ex-boyfriend don't like Puffy, and Puffy don't like her ex-boyfriend. Now, who don't Puffy like and who don't like Puffy that we know? Many men. Many men. That's who her ex-boyfriend is. Her ex-boyfriend is 50. You know, 50 and Puff don't like each other. 50 been telling us for years this nigga's a fruit. He asked he asked 50 to take him shopping. So we knew he was a fruit. But he didn't use Bad Boys. So no Rico. That's the biggest charge they was trying to get was Rico. They couldn't get it. Sex trafficking, where was it at? Where was he? How was he sex trafficking? How? How? Did nobody cross state lines? You got to cross state lines to become sex trafficking. It has to be state lines. State lines. If you in the city, I mean, it ain't called. It's called what? Prostitution. And that's what he is got charged for. Prostitution. Being a pimp. Being a pimp. But now you got everybody. Oh, I believe Juror 25 was a plant. This is what I don't like about now. It's a setup if he got found. Now, crazy part, if he got found guilty, everybody be happy like, oh, but because he didn't get found guilty for everything, now it was a plan. There was a setup. They planted something in there so they can get off. They did. Don't you think the government, FBI, gonna sniff that shit out? They gonna sniff that out. They don't know if you've been. Trust me, that it's the FBI. Listen, the prosecution had more than a dozen people subpoenaed. They only got Cassie, Jane, Diddy's mama, two of the sex workers, and one other person. Ain't nobody. Come on, man. Y'all, listen. Y'all had like 50 people that's gonna come testify against Puffy. Nobody did. Now we don't know why they didn't. Scared. Maybe they got maybe. But at the end of the day, black people, we already convicted Puffy when we saw him getting picked up by the police on TV. We already convicted him. He was already guilty. In our eyes, he already guilty. Like, oh, he guilty. Fuck that. He guilty. He guilty. He guilty. Bury him under the jail. He should do 3 lives. Let him go free. Bring him back. He should do. That's what we do. We rather cut down our own black. I'd rather see the evidence. I ain't about to judge shit because we don't know. You know what I'm saying? We can go to the courthouse right now and stand outside the courthouse like most of them people who's been doing who's there. You know what I'm saying? I follow all of them, so I give big ups to all of them. But we don't know until the evidence comes, until we see all the evidence. We don't know nothing. We're going off of speculation. We're assuming. You know what they say when you assume. You know what I'm saying? So this right here, now he's not guilty of the biggest one is Rico, and everybody like, oh yeah, he was running the Rico. Man, y'all don't know what a Rico is. Not Rico, your nigga down the street. No, we ain't talking about Rico running. We talking about Rico, said law Rico. It is him your ass up, Rico. You know, a lot of the niggas who didn't got hemmed up was off the Rico because they couldn't prove shit else. So we gonna hit him with the Rico Act. He was using your organization to do illegal shit. Puffy didn't use bad boys to go have a freak off. Now everybody, I'm reading shit. Now everybody, they giving out money. I lost all respect for the system. That was not justice. Celeb to get everything they want, not fair. Really? Look at his mom walking out. His mom walking out testify. Look at his son, his daughter. Ain't nobody down. Listen, ain't nobody crying out of this bitch. Okay, everybody smiling. They smiling. Them is all smiles. Them ain't tears. Them smiles. Why? Probably about to walk out this bitch and do his famous dance with some baby oil in his hand. I'm telling y'all wild for and wanting this man to go down. Y'all gotta get the facts. They didn't prove Rico. If y'all been watching the case, y'all know they couldn't prove Rico. That's happy, nigga. I'd rather do 10 years than do life. At 50 some years old, life that's a 25 plus. I'm just telling y'all, he ain't do nothing wrong but have big ass orgies. That's now whooping up on Cassie in the hotel, dirtball wrong. They should have got him for that, but they didn't because they dropped all that. They dropped the arson. They dropped the racket. Listen, they dropped so much. He should do time for the domestic violence. He should because we seen that. We seen the domestic violence. We seen him hit her, kick her, drag her. Seen that. Yep. Now y'all hear that? Now what they just asked was because he got acquitted of the RICO Act. Can they unfreeze it? That means they gonna unfreeze his money? Yes. Yes. Give me back my bread. That's mine. Let me get that. Massive victory. I listen. You get you get guilt. You get found guilty for providing transportation for freak offs. I take that with a smile on my face over me getting hemmed up for Rico and sex trafficking. Listen, he's gonna walk, y'all. And let y'all know. They mad because he ain't get found guilty for whooping up on Cassie. That's basically what this is about. See, this should have been a domestic violence case. This should have been some other than what they were trying to make it out to be. This wasn't no Rico case because they ain't bring up nothing that involving Rico-ish activities. Everything they brought up in this case is basically a toxic relationship. That's it. It's a toxic relationship. Yeah, see. Listen. We'll let y'all hear this, but this is crazy because he's saying most of the jury didn't even buy half the shit the prosecution was even saying. They was rolling their eyes like, yeah. Because y'all made us sit here and watch a porno. Y'all made us watch a porno flick. For 36 days, we hearing porno shit. The Punisher, he over there talking like, yeah, while I'm busting nuts on Cassie's face and shit, she enjoying getting peed on. She can hit me up several times after the fact. What's up? This is without Puffy. This was without Puff. I done smacked them cheeks several times without Puff being there. She's been called me up on her own accord. What are we talking about here? She done took the 30 million. So why is she even testifying? Once you get the money, man, if I give you some money for a freak off, if I give you some money, like, look, I'm gonna give you $100,000. I want you to come by and lick my butt, suck my toes, and all this shit, and you do it. And I give you the money. Once the money run low, what you gonna do? You gonna go tell on me? You gonna go tell like, oh yeah, he gave me some money to suck his butt, lick his toes, and let him bust all over my face and all that? You took the money though. You knew what he was. So what's the problem? What's the problem again? Oh, because the money ran low. Oh, okay. And Cassie, he never made me a star. Well, when he was gonna make you a star, you went out and fucked motherfucking Kid Cudi. It was studio time. That's why he asked for that 20,000 back. Because you were supposed to be in there making music. You're in there sucking dick. There's a big difference between sucking dick and making music. I didn't pay for you to go suck no dick. I paid for you to go make a song. I'm just giving y'all real perspective of what's really happening, of what happened in this goddamn case. It was a manhunt. It was a manhunt. All they wanted to do, they was trying to kill this man because the white girl Cassie got found on tape. Black dude whooping up on a white girl's ass. That's it. Oh no! Let's go get him! All of a sudden, you got niggas freestyling coming to court. They just said one thing before they got to court. They come to court like, oh man, like y'all in a man, he oiled me up with some baby oil, and then he. What? That don't even make sense. Like, what are you talking about? When Jane Doe went to testify, it was over again. Like, what? Ain't you the same one that was fucking with Puffy, but you didn't want to make it go public? But then when you find out he was fucking with Lil Miami, then you get mad. Now you want to go public. Cassie was fucking with this nigga before he even got picked up and shit. Right before Cassie text messages Cassie like, oh, but she got a whole nother nigga. Oh, come on, man. Let this man go. I'm telling y'all, he gonna have the biggest bad boy party ever. He gonna have the biggest. He gonna have the biggest party ever, ever. Y'all thought them parties that they was talking about was nah. It's gonna be more baby oil. You know what I'm saying? More baby oil, my nigga. I'm telling y'all right now, there's gonna be so much baby oil, man. It's but guess what? It's legal. He can't get listen. He can't get. You're one of those people that y'all been knocking this man from having freak off. I've never understood how we convicted the man. We was really trying to convict the man for doing the same shit Hugh Hefner was doing. Hugh Hefner was doing this shit more lavish. He had celebrities. He didn't have rappers. He had everybody. Everybody's at Hefner's party. They used to tell you, like you go to a Hugh Hefner's party, there's no telling what you're gonna see in that Hugh Hefner's party. There's no telling what you're gonna see in that grotto. That were actually trafficked as a result of doing these freak offs and these hotel nights. So the prosecution is going to try to seek the maximum amount of sentences and also include those acts that he was Combs convicted of transportation to engage in prostitution. And statements from Jade. Yeah, I'm gonna try to see it. You know what I'm saying? To try to get the maximum sentence, which again is highly unlikely.
Bernard, the defense argued throughout that all of the sexual encounters in this case were consensual. Does the fact that the jury found him not guilty of sex trafficking mean they agreed with that?
I wouldn't say that. I would say that the prosecution.
Now, I'm saying y'all read that. You know what I'm saying? That's just. Let me take it. I'm gonna let y'all listen when I'm listening to it.
That there was some seed of doubt that prevented them from saying that he is guilty. When they say not guilty, it's not saying that they're proclaiming that Sean Combs is innocent. What it is that person, Sean Combs, is being acquitted. That verdict says that the prosecution did not prove this count beyond a reasonable doubt, but not necessarily that they believe in their heart that Sean Combs didn't commit these acts and that it wasn't consensual.
And I want to bring in our chief investigative correspondent, Aaron Kaczynski, who's been at the court throughout this whole trial. Aaron, what sticks out to you about the way this verdict came down and the discussions that these attorneys are now having as they write letters to the judge about whether or not Combs should be released?
They have several hours now, Diane, to make the case whether Sean Combs should be released on bail. Combs himself offered $1 million bail, and the judge indicated to him that he did not want to go back to NDC, the federal lockup in Brooklyn where he's been held. And that's when he clasped his hands together as if to say, that's exactly right, Judge. And so the judge said he would decide today whether to release him on bail. Prosecutors asked for a few hours to put their letter in opposing it. He does still, as prosecutors point out, face the possibility of 20 years in prison on the conviction of transportation for the purposes of prostitution. And the way prosecutors see it, he's a flight risk and a potential danger. Even though they did not prove the sex trafficking or the racketeering conspiracy, prosecutors still told the judge he has a predilection to committing crimes, including violent crimes, and represents a potential danger, particularly to women. He also, we should say, Diane, faces at least 6 civil lawsuits that accuse him of acts of violence. We'll see where those shake out in the coming weeks and months. But Combs would no doubt.
Might be the O.J. Simpson trial all over again, you know.
Outside here,
O.J. got acquitted of murder. All right. We all applauded. We all applauded Johnny Cochran.
Drill down on those civil suits with our legal contributor Brian Buckmeyer. Also,
O.J. went out, civil suit. I think he lost all that and whatever the fuck. But O.J.'s dumbass wrote a book talking about, well, what if I really did kill her? Then he tried to go back and strong arm Rob. pawn shop because he gave off some of his memorabilia shit. Okay, yep. But the civil suit, all right. But right now, this right here, everybody should be like, okay, cool. All right. We heard, we seen, now we know he's a freaky little guy. He's a freaky little dude, man. Freaky little guy.
Shawnte Foggie is found guilty of that racketeering conspiracy. There would be a forfeiture application in terms of trying to dismantle that racketeering conspiracy, that criminal enterprise, where the federal government would have their opportunity to take money out of Sean Combs before the civil lawsuits would have their opportunity. So in a way, Sean Combs may still have enough money in his pocket that those filing civil lawsuits might be able to find a victory through that process. I compare and contrast to, for example, the R. Kelly trial, where he was found guilty of racketeering conspiracy, and there's a forfeiture there, and many people filing civil lawsuits against R. Kelly found it difficult to win in those cases.
See, we just broke it down. See, they found R. Kelly guilty of racketeering, froze his money. So the civil suits couldn't get nothing because he didn't have no money. Puffy getting found not guilty of racketeering. You know, so when the civil suit comes, they can be able to get some money about him. They just said.
What does this mean for all that now?
I mean, I think it means a lot. The truth of the matter is that it almost didn't really matter what the outcome was of this trial. The conversation changes immediately about what his legacy is. You know, this is a person who really touched every corner of pretty much every industry, not just music, not just
now they're trying to say his
not
legacy
just
gonna be
fashion,
fucked up because he got
politics.
found not guilty.
Pretty much every industry he touched, he really ushered the hip hop generation into the mainstream, into commercialism.
Now because he got found not guilty,
multi-billion-dollar
his legacy gonna be messed up because he got found
and
not guilty.
You know, regardless of the outcome, it's going to be difficult for people to unhear some of that testimony and to certainly unsee, you know, that infamous now intercontinental video.
Okay, so let me get this right. So y'all done heard that I'm a freaky dude, real freaky, too freaky, freaked out. We ain't talking about music. We ain't talking about me producing a hit. None of that. We talking about my personal life. So now that this is over, ain't nobody gonna want to work with me now because of my personal life. But y'all know I'm Puffy. At the end of the day, he's still a great producer. He still got his hands deep in the hip hop culture. All through the 90s, you can't turn around without something he didn't produce. Even to the mid 2000s, there's not really he got his hands in everything. Even up really up until he got his hands. So his legacy might be a little because we know what you do in your personal life, but that don't take away nothing from your music side of you, the music standpoint of you. Puffy the producer, Puffy the rapper, Puffy the entertainer. We're not talking about Puffy the
I think it definitely does.
the freak off thrower. We ain't talking about. I don't even know him. I ain't never seen him. Me personally, I've always seen Puff Daddy, the entertainer. I ain't never seen P. Diddy, the homebody nigga. I've always seen Puff Daddy, the entertainer. So you know, now that this is over, now that we're gonna be talking about this for a long, trust me, this is gonna be the topic of every conversation, barbecues, barbershop, water coolers, hair salon, Walmart, Target, gas stations, swimming pools, for at least till Christmas. At least in India, we're talking about this, the verdict. The verdict. But the killer part is, it's more black people in the media right now. It's like, under the jail. Throw 3 jails on top of that one. He should never see daylight. He's not guilty. I can't believe this. The system, I am very disappointed with the system. The system has flawed. What? Man, y'all want him to go to jail. Like, y'all really want this? He should not be. Yeah, again, you gotta prove. He should go to jail for whooping up on Cassidy. Yes, he should go to jail for putting his hands on Cassidy. All day. Any day of the week. Go to jail. Put your hands on Cassidy, go to jail. But all the other shit. Hey. So fellas, y'all do realize you can't Uber no girl. You can't call an Uber to your girl to whoever you messing with to come to your crib to get the cheeks clapped. It's called prostitution. You can call it pimp. You can be labeled as sex trafficking. Alright. That's what he got charged for. He got charged for having his limo driver go pick up Cassie, bring her to the crib so he can get this free card. Again, I'm breaking down layman terms, you know, simpler terms for you people. He got charged with having the limo go pick up Cassie and Jane Doe, bring him back to the crib, blam, send him home. That's called sexual transportation. Okay? Sexual transportation. I'm just saying, fellas, chill out. You can't offer gifts no more. None of that. That's what's that good? Coercion, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Leading them on. Can't do that, man. Fellas, can't do that. Can't do that, man. You know what I'm saying? It's getting crazy out there. Hit the subscribe, hit the like button, you know what I'm saying? 2 hours, be back on here. The verdict will come if he don't get released or not. I keep everybody up to date if he got released or not.
Try to tank that procedural vote and stop the process of getting this bill over the goal line dead in its tracks, Diane.